Hi guys, and welcome back to All Blown Up. We have a special edition this week. It's Britney Bitch. We're gonna talk about Britney Spears.
We're talking all things Britney, documentary, her journey.
What she means to us.
Yeah, how she's so iconic.
Yeah, Britney is a legend, and unfortunately what's happening to her is happening. So we just thought we would shed some light on that and talk about our thoughts on what's happening to Britney.
As true Britney fans.
Yeah, hashtag free Britney.
We should have had a sign.
Hashtag free Britney. We dressed up like Britney, so...
Favorite Britney hairstyles,
Yeah.
colors,
Yeah.
everything.
The whole thing.
So let's start with basically her documentary came out this year on like Crave or Hulu or whatever it is, and it was called Framing Britney, and she had no idea that this documentary was being made about her life.
Yeah.
But she did like have some comments about it, and she was like really sad initially when it came out, that she was just like, I can't believe people are still like talking about my life and portraying, like, you don't know my life and whatever. So I'm living for the day where Britney comes out, she does a tell-all interview.
I know,
I
right?
want her to just be able to speak freely, but she can't because she's in this conservatorship.
It's crazy. It's the most like frustrating, crazy, like sad thing to me is that Britney Spears is the person that she is, and she's an icon because she's done whatever she wanted to do. Like, she just did what she felt like doing. And she sings about, like, I just want to do whatever I want, and why is everybody always looking at me, and why is everybody always telling me what to do? And, like, I feel like this is her worst nightmare that came true. Like, she literally cannot leave her house without being told, like, yes.
Let's bring it back, because she did go through a period of time where she was very like creative with her music and expressive.
Yeah.
But we're talking about Britney Spears. Like, we're talking about an icon, a brand, a whole freaking period of time that Britney was, and like was an icon.
Era. Yeah.
So Britney started, I guess, really young when she was like with Ryan Gosling and Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake?
I don't know.
I think it's Justin Timberlake on the Mickey Mouse show or something. Like really young, like she was like still like a baby.
Yeah, she's like a toddler or whatever. She's
like,
been famous
5 or
forever.
6 years old, and she's out there, right? And she is a wholesome American girl, you know.
The American sweetheart.
She had the beautiful blonde hair. She had the accent. She's like
got the sexy bod. She had everything that was like.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking about her as a child, but
as a child, I thought you meant like as she got older.
No, because she was like built like her brand was built into
as
what
like
they
innocent.
wanted her to look like. So right from the beginning, she had all the starting material, and then as she got older, she started when she was like 16 in those music videos, and they made her so sexual and so like she was put into the spotlight as like a sex icon from a really young age because she was like,
that's what I meant,
gorge,
because she had the like gorgeous blonde hair and like the bod and the face and like everything. Of course they're gonna sell her as a sex icon.
So when we're talking about Britney though, like she did what she wanted to do for when she became older, because at the beginning like during those time periods where she like did Oops, I Did It Again, Baby One More Time, like all those ones, she was kind of like directed to do
this
that
is gonna
style.
Sex is gonna sell, so
video and music.
If you want to be famous, you have to do this.
And it wasn't until she came out with like Circus.
So Circus, she was already in
her conservatorship. So Circus was, I guess, the end of it then.
Yeah, Circus was, I think, the first album she made after being in her conservatorship.
Yes, because this was 2008 that it started. Like when she had like her breakdown. It's like the iconic paparazzi photo where she's just like with the umbrella bashing and her head is completely shaved. Like I remember this time period very vividly in my mind.
I remember this. I remember literally being in the grocery line
and
and seeing it in the magazines.
People.
And like there was 4, 5, 6 different magazines where every single headline was Britney Spears. And I loved Britney Spears. And I was just like, what? I was maybe 9 years old, and I was like, my favorite pop star ever is going crazy. Like, what is happening to her?
That was like everything getting to her, right?
Yeah.
I think during that time period, her kids got taken away.
Yeah, it
everything.
was really sad.
She had a complete meltdown. But prior to that, like everything she had done up until that point, she had done like after she was like becoming a woman, like from 16 to 18 or 20. Then she started she really started being expressive and like doing what she wanted to do. And then when she had her breakdown, the courts introduced this conservatorship idea, and it's insane that we are still talking about Britney Spears in a conservatorship today.
It was like set for 13 years.
Is that how long they have to be? Like, what period of time is an okay time? Like, it should be like evaluated frequently.
Yeah, and I don't know, I read an article and Jamie Lynn Spears had like spoken about it a little bit, of like very briefly touched on it, and she was just like, Britney is whoever she is, and like I don't want to speak for anybody because it's mental health that we're dealing with.
Yeah.
And so that was the whole idea behind the conservatorship or whatever, was that mentally she was unstable and they wanted to protect her from the people that she was hanging out with.
Or like being influenced by.
Yeah, like the people around her. They wanted to like protect her from that. But 13 years?
That's too long for a grown-ass woman
13
to be
years.
told what to do.
And yeah, Jamie said that they have reevaluated it a couple times, but like obviously not to the extent that they should be, or like they're obviously not listening to what Britney wants.
Yeah.
To do with her money and her life.
That's just what
her body.
Here's what I'm all about. Is like, okay, the details have come out in her interview, like in her this last year, like it just was denied. She was denied as like removing her father, Jamie, from the conservative, like he's the leader of the conservatorship, and she basically is not allowed to drive in her car with her boyfriend. She has to be home certain hours of the time. She has to do certain things. She's restricted on like social media. She's like can't even like have another baby if she wants to. She's forced to have an IUD.
Yeah. She doesn't even know what it's called.
Literally, in her thing, she's calling it an ID. She's like, I have an ID in me, and she means IUD.
That's so crazy.
Like,
that's so crazy. As a woman, especially, like that's just a right you shouldn't have taken away from you.
Like at all.
At all.
You shouldn't be forced to have contraceptives put in your body if you don't want them.
Especially like a foreign object type of contraceptive.
And
I guess because like she could just not take the pill or whatever, but still like you have to do like a small procedure, and I've done it and it's not comfy. Like,
yeah, and it's in there permanently.
If you were for like 5 years, and if you're forced to do that, that just makes it so much worse.
Yeah. Like
the whole experience is not good to begin with.
It's just so insane. Like, she was recently denied, obviously, but then it came out that her manager that she's been with for years, quit or resigned because she told him that she's done. She told him, I'm retired, I'm not doing it anymore. And he was like, okay, then you don't need me. But then it like almost started like a domino effect of all of her people internally, because they were just like, all this stuff is coming out to light and we look like monsters and we're not the decision makers.
It's
so
not us.
They're resigning. Like her lawyer, I don't know if it's her lawyer. I know that they're her mom, I think, is petitioning for her to have her own legal counsel.
Mhm.
Like her own mother
Her
against the
mom.
father.
Even freaking like Miley Cyrus, Christina Aguilera, who else?
Paris Hilton.
Paris Hilton, Demi Lovato. There's somebody else in there. Somebody else in there too. Are like starting a fund for her to get her to be able to have her own lawyer or something of her own. But they are basically like fighting for her and like helping her with money to be able to say like, oh, we have more money, you know?
Well, because she actually doesn't like have any money of her own.
No,
it's
so-
all owned by Britney Spears, the company or whatever.
Which her
like,
dad is like.
which he is. She's not allowed to go to the bank and get money out if she wants. She's not allowed to make purchases as she wants.
She's not allowed to leave her house.
Imagine working and being like a slave to the media, a slave to fame, a slave to like literally everything you've done. You start off with a passion and now you're forced to do it. A
Yeah.
video came out of her saying like a lot at one of her concerts. She's just like dancing and she's like, guys, this one might be hard. Like I have a fever of 102 and I'm still out here. And she like is forced to perform.
She's not even just a singer though, Britney Spears. She's a full ass performer. She
Yeah.
dances and she like, imagine dancing the way that Britney Spears dances in her heels while singing at a 105-degree fever.
No.
She's just sweating.
Sweating.
And she's
And then-
supposed to be selling sex at the same time.
And to boot, all of the money that she's making
Isn't
isn't even hers to spend,
She doesn't even
to
see
have.
it. She doesn't even see it. That's crazy. I read an article and it was like Britney Spears spent $1.1 million on legal fees to try and get herself out of this conservatorship, or I don't even know what the heck it is. I don't know how to say it.
Conservatorship.
Conservatorship. Okay.
Yeah.
And her dad ended up taking like $128,000 from that, I think. From her spending money on legal fees, he took home money in the end. Yeah.
Like, who appointed the dad? Who appointed the dad? Himself. He
Himself.
appointed himself.
Of course. But also, given the time, given what she was going through, it probably did make the most sense at the time. Like, you've seen mental health firsthand go into the wrong
Yeah, 100%.
into the wrong way, especially people like get a little money in their pocket, they don't know what to do with themselves. So I do understand like at first
Yeah.
maybe
Why it
for,
was
like,
necessary.
I understand why it was necessary, like maybe for 5 years, maybe 5 years
Until
maximum.
she's done everything that she's supposed to do. And she
Yeah.
has done it, and she goes to classes, and she's, like, clearly
At this point,
much
it's just,
more
like,
well.
straight up abusive what they're doing to her, because they've taken away so many of her rights as a woman, as a
freedoms.
human, as a performer. Like they wrecked her career.
Well, they just took away, like, something that started as a passion.
Yeah.
And now it's like she's forced to do it. So she's just like, no, I'm quit. I don't want to do it if I don't want to do it.
Yeah. So yeah, it was probably necessary, but
But
been
it's
a
not
long
in her
time.
best interest anymore. And she's
No.
making that very clear with, like, she's had the same boyfriend, Sam, since 2016. She wants to get married to him. She
Yeah.
can't. She wants to have a baby with him. She can't.
oh,
Like, she can't do anything.
that's so sad.
She can't even, like, take her kids out by herself.
No, she can't
Still,
do anything.
As a 39-year-old woman, mother.
The saddest thing is that, like, if you follow Britney on Instagram, she wants to perform. Like, she wants to dance. She wants to do.
Always dancing.
She's always dancing. I don't know if her love, like, her career path will stay the same if she does get out of this.
Yeah.
But I do think she will, like, heavily get back into dancing.
Yeah, I think
Because
so. Or,
she's,
like,
like,
performing.
Performing
Teaching.
as like I don't know if like singing will be her main thing anymore, because I
Yeah.
think that they've almost like wrecked it for her,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Because she was writing most of her songs too. Like, she started as a
Yeah.
songwriter, and then she went to singer, and then she went to actress.
But I mean,
Crossroads.
Guys,
Guys.
she had such a good career. Like the brand that she made for herself and the name that she made for herself and the icon that she became is just so impressive.
Some of it, I try not to become too in awe of the brand of Britney because I feel like a lot of it was constructed. Like,
Yes.
it was very carefully executed and placed, and she is a brand and a business.
Mm-hmm.
But that person is different than Britney Spears. Like, Britney Jean Spears, the OG Britney, who she is inside.
Yeah. But
Like,
I think you can, like, kind of tell with the songs that she writes.
Her early stuff versus
versus, like...
pop princess stuff.
Yeah. Like, the things that she's come out with, honestly, like, when was this album? Maybe 2011 on. The, like, very poppy.
Circus. It all started from, like, Womanizer.
Circus was the first one that came out after her thing, so I feel like she still had some of her, like, her own, like, flow and creativity and all of that in it. Honestly, it came out, like, MILF Money with Iggy. She's MILF Money, come on. And, like, I was busy thinking about boys. I hate that song. I don't like that Britney Spears song. Like, I feel like that's the stuff that, like, she's just not passionate about it. She's just, like, auto-tuned, like, whatever. Like, she's just doing whatever to make music.
Yeah.
I feel like in those early days, she still had some of her own, like, flow and, like, passion in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so sad.
Like, when you have a record, like, label and stuff, you're required to, like, make a certain amount of singles and stuff like that. So, I don't know. It's just, it must be very difficult to be somebody like Britney Spears, like a true child star turned pop princess turned, like, the center of the ring, just like a circus.
The thing is, she talks so much about performing, especially in the whole album of Circus.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm the leader of the ring, like, all I like to do is put on a show, like, all of that stuff. And, like, she, as much of it is a brand thing, and, like, okay, yeah, you have to do this, you have to, like, that is her. She is a performer. Like, she has grown up in the spotlight. Obviously, she loves, like, the applause and, like, things like that.
Of course.
But,
nobody loves.
That's the, like,
nobody loves their passions when it's forced.
Yeah, and
like, you take it all away. It's completely ruined for her. I hope that she gets out of this. Like, I don't know. I feel like people can overrun him. Like, somebody can get her out of it.
I hope that Christina Aguilera and, like, all of them coming together will be, like, a good push. I think that the whole Free Britney movement is an amazing push on her side, you know?
It's just
like, she's got so much backup on her side to say, like, what the fuck is happening.
I feel like
still.
Her dad pays off the judges or something, you know? Like, some seriously corrupt shit is going down in the judicial system that is putting her through this. For a grown-ass woman to sit there and be like, no, I don't want this. I think that I want this. I want to be able to get married. I want to drive in my boyfriend's car. I want to do... And then they're just like, you know what? No.
Honestly, like, where are they... I know that the first thing was in California, but, like, I feel like... Are they doing this in, like, those, like, whack-ass little states that are just,
like... where she's from?
Yeah, like, are they doing it, like, there? Because, obviously, Britney, the brand, doesn't do well there, you know? Britney, the brand... doesn't seem like she's, like, fit because she's, like, boy crazy and she's just all about sex and, like,
whatever they're painting her to be.
That's what they paint her to be, and it's literally working against her. And
no, I don't even think it's a brand. I think it's just straight money. Like, no judge is gonna say, like, if her dad just is like, okay, I'll pay you to keep me in like, as the head of this, 6 figures a year.
Yeah.
Then guess what?
Guess what I make from this?
She's never, unless that judge goes away, she's never gonna get out of it. Because it's usually like, is it not the same judge? It's the same people who do the case.
Over and over and over again, really?
So it's like, guys.
Maybe
her lawyers are paid by her dad.
Yeah, of course.
So guess what? They're not trying to get her out of this. Why would they want to get her out of this?
Yeah, they're gonna keep making money off of her. That's the fucking worst thing, is that every single person is just trying to use her to make money off of her. And again, literally in her song, she talks about feeling like she's invisible. And like, if you listen to Britney Spears songs,
She's just a walking wallet to them.
Makes me want to cry when you listen to like her first stuff compared to her stuff now. It's just like, she used to be like, oh, I'm so hot, I'm so sexy, I'm so I loved everything, and like sassy, you know, bad bitch. And now she's like, I got mascara running down my face, like all of this. I'm like, oh, Britney, that's so sad. I swear, some of her music, we think it's about boys, but I swear to God, it's not about boys. It's about her life, and she just like has to angle it in a way that
sells.
Yeah, that sells, and like that people can relate to. But literally, like, I don't know. If you listen to it, there's just lyrics in there that I'm like,
I don't know. That's just it's too much. I don't like that she's still in it.
no.
I feel like she should have been granted to remove her dad. She should be allowed to have her lawyer. She should be heard. Just free Britney.
Free Britney! Give us some more music, Britney. Some good music.
One last album is all I'm asking for.
A bang out performance.
I don't even need her to go on tour.
I don't want her to go on tour. I just want her to like give us a good music video, or like I just want to see Britney perform again, like freely. Like Free Britney ends with a big performance of her just like killing it.
Her album name, last album, Freedom.
Freedom. Oh,
Doggy toy.
Dog toys. Anyways, that's us on Free Britney. Long live the legend. And we'll see you guys next Tuesday. # Free Britney all you want after this.
Bye.